nunchuck forms. The first one is for single nunchuck. It is relatively simple compared to the others. If you have never used nunchucks before and this is your first time of learning them, you may actually find it quite challenging. Don't be daunted whenever you try something and think, well, I can't do that, that's impossible. Always remember it's actually that you can't do it yet. There was a time when you couldn't eat with a knife and fork or with chopsticks, and you probably had a plastic spoon to use, and you still managed to wear more than you managed to eat, and you decorated your dining room with gay abandon. But you mastered it. Almost certainly you mastered it. There was a time when you couldn't stand up and you fell down, and your parents were quite glad that your backside was padded with nappy so that you didn't hurt yourself. And when you fell down, nobody looked at you and said, I guess this one's not a walker. No, you persisted and you learned how to do it. Now, the intermediate, the second nunchuck form, is possibly for some of you the first time you've ever picked up two nunchucks. It is a bit of a step up, it is more difficult. Most of the movements, though, in the intermediate, because it's double nunchucks, but it's the first time you've used them, a lot of what you do is very similar with each hand. So although you're using two hands, they're mainly doing the same sort of thing. Now, when you get to the advanced nunchucks, most of our students take about 16 weeks to learn the advanced nunchuck form. Now, how much they practice at home is going to make the biggest difference. And in this case, you're doing all of your practice at home. Pick your nunchucks up every day. Even if you don't watch the video every day, pick them up every day. And try to do one or two at least of the videos every day. Now, it's not the end of the world if you do one and think, this is going to take me a while to master, and just spend some time working on that one. Absolutely fine. This is not a race. The essence of double nunchucks particularly is that you have to get each movement that you're learning into the cerebellum. That's the bit of the brain at the back that mainly controls movement, and much more importantly controls the automatic movement where you can move without having to think. Now, when you're learning something, whether it's typing or a musical instrument or whatever, to start with, you have to think about each movement, and you practice and practice and practice. And it's almost as if the brain gets a bit lazy and it says, okay, let's kind of write a little subroutine and we'll put it back in the DOS. Or if you're not computer literate in that way, let's make it something that can happen automatically with a set of commands, and we'll put it back into the unconscious bit of the brain so you don't have to really consciously think about it. And we do this, well, you say, whether we're typing or playing an instrument or actually using a knife and fork. Most of us reach an age where we can use a knife and fork. We're doing different things with each hand, and we can do that completely asymmetrical movements, and we can do it while watching TV, while eating, while chatting, while thinking about something else, while listening to music, and we can do it without taking our eye out. And that's the trick. You need to practice each arm when you're doing the double nunchucks advanced form independently, so that once you've got one arm nailed, then and only then can you really do the other one. Now that's fine. If you can do it with both hands slowly, then that's fine, but build it up. Never get disheartened when you find something is too difficult. To date, after at least 10 years of teaching these same forms, all of our students get to the end of the module where they're learning them and they can do them. And you will be no different. So don't be disheartened. They are difficult, but my goodness, you'll feel so good when you master them. Welcome.